I'll give you the signal to start the timer. Go. So this is Okami HD, New Game Plus version. Okami was originally released in 2006 and it got an HD remake in 2012. There are three main reasons why we do the game in New Game Plus, or at least three main reasons why I like New Game Plus. The first is that in the PS2 and the PS3 versions, you can't skip cutscenes in New Game version. You can only do it in New Game Plus. And the opening cutscene for this game, the one I just skipped earlier, is 12 minutes long of manually advanced text, so no one wants to sit through that. The second reason is we get an item from the New Game version called the String of Beads, which gives us infinite health, infinite ink, and multiplies our damage by 10, which trivializes combat in this game. I'm personally not a huge fan of the combat. And the third is, will be shown off later. It's a glitch that essentially allows us to get infinite air jumps. So to start off the run, we're just gonna run through this little tutorial section. We're gonna get rejuvenation from this constellation up here.
Is it okay if I read some donation comments right now?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So we have one from Bruno Ramadanowski, better known as Lincolnito, and he says, first, well, here we go for another marathon of pure skill and awesomeness. The French community will support you again through the Mr. MV restream. The Mr. MV restream, I forgot where the stream, where it's being streamed, but he is using his Twitch TV chat at twitch.tv/MrMV. So if you want French commentary, I would go to his chat. Mr. MV is a great guy. He actually has one of our Twitch faces, MV Pants, if you subscribe. It's $4.99 one time. You get the faces for 6 months for just a one-time subscription, and you can use those until the 6 months is over. And we will be giving our portion of the subs to charity. Will be donated during the last run, Twilight Princess.
Shout out to Mr. MV.
Yeah, shout out to Mr. MV. He's done a lot of good stuff for our community. And we have a $15 donation from Adam Hillman. He said, first time donating to an SDA charity event. Well, hopefully it's not your last time. And we have $5 from Anthony Sanchez. Says, hello everyone. Sorry that I can't give more. I love what you guys do. You know, Anthony, any donation of $1 more is appreciated. Unfortunately, if your donation is lower than $1, then PayPal pretty much eats up the donation. And while I'm able to read most of the comments now, there will be some high donation traffic moments where I can't read all the comments. That doesn't mean that we aren't getting your donation. We're still getting your donation. We just can't read them all off because we'll be getting a lot of, we'll be having a high donation traffic moments where we just cannot read all of the comments. And $5 from Will Smith. Not the Will Smith you think it is, but someone in our community. He said, I had to be the first to donate, but I can't do much. But I still love Romscout, Yama, Cosmo, and all the wonderful guys behind making this happen. Good luck on the George Foreman KO boxing run, Adam, as that's what my $5 goes to. I love you all, and have a great marathon. Stylecat.
Also, while he's running out here, he's skipping several fight triggers and running around them.
At those two gates I just passed, at the bottom of each of them, there's a fight trigger. But if you just run around to the left, you can just skip them.
That's why you were running behind the trees.
Yeah.
I think if you go left there, there's another one, but I'm not sure.
No, I have never gone left there ever. Ever.
Exactly.
Gotta go fast.
So normally once you restore nature to Kamiki, you have to go and what the heck? Anyway, once you cut the peach down and restore nature, you have to like rescue the people from their stone prisons and get the sun power, and then talk to the merchant, and he complains that there's a rock in the way, and then you have to do the stuff with Susano and give him sake because he can't do sword fighting unless he's drunk, and then you have to, and then he cuts the rock open. But we're just gonna ignore all of that and leave everyone as statues because it sucks to be them. So the glitch I was talking about earlier is called the Karmic Transformer glitch. When you beat the game, you get a bunch of neat little cosmetic things called Karmic Transformers. So what you see me doing here, come on, there we go. So when you switch karmic transformers and you exit the pause menu, you have a 3-frame window to dash after you close the pause menu. If you dash in those 3 frames, you get a ground dash instead of an air dash like you normally would, which essentially gives you another air jump.
And a frame is the smallest unit of measurement.
Yes.
It varies from game to game. I think Okami is 60 frames a second?
Yeah, so Okami is 60 frames per second, so the 3-frame window is 1/20th of a second after you close the menu.
And there's slight randomness in how long it takes the menu to close.
Yeah, there's a little bit of randomness. You can sort of tell based off of visual cue. And also certain parts of the game have more slowdown on the menu closing than others. So that's kind of annoying. But the good part about it is if you mess up, you can just pause buffer it. You can tell if you got it right because Amaterasu will rear back in the ground dash animation. So if you see that animation, you can just unpause and then do the jump out of it. But otherwise, you just try again.
Yeah, that's pretty easy to damage control if you miss the frame input once. Isn't
Yeah,
it? You
yeah.
just kinda do it again.
When it happens multiple times in a row, it just
Like once your speeds, like once you start really falling, like
you fall
fast,
really
then
fast.
you just really don't
Yeah.
have a high percentage of getting it.
So this is the first mandatory encounter in the game. We use it to equip 2 items. We equip a glaive. We equip essentially the second most powerful glaive and the second most powerful beads because they trivialize combat. We also use that time.
And the most powerful ones don't carry over to New
Yeah.
Game Plus.
And we equip the string of beads and the peace spell. The peace spell stops the random demon scrolls that wander around from following you, which is just more of a convenience thing than anything really. And the string of beads, like I mentioned before, gives us infinite life, infinite ink, and 10 times damage. We also make very liberal use of an item called exorcism slips, which do a lot of damage in a large area to skip fight to easily defeat fights with
I think
multiple
they just
enemies.
damage every enemy in the battle.
I think they might, but I've had weird occasions where exorcism slips have missed enemies. It might be because some enemies have different invisibility timers than others, though. So we never actually got the sun power. We skipped it, but the game is very convenient in accommodating that because it assumes that to get out of the village, you must have the sun power. So if you draw the sun power in places where the game expects you to have it, it'll just do it anyway, even though we don't have the power.
Nice.
So you can tell because normally when you draw the sun power, if you have it, you get a little red sun that
flame circle.
that shows up. But if you don't, you just get that little
Trail of
wisp of.
stardust.
So now we get to do the hardest part of the entire run.
Not just yet.
Well,
Coming out.
just about.
Best part of the run.
It's coming out in just the best not this.
So we're just gonna cut that open, and we get Susano somehow managed to escape the village, even though the rock is still there and everyone is still statues. He's very incensed that there's a bear in his secret cave. So we have to help him cut this stuff down because he's a terrible swordsman.
This is his daily training.
Yeah, I don't know what he does if we're not there. He just like lamely poke. I guess he just like lamely pokes at the torches with
Here
his.
is the hardest part of the game.
Yeah, this is the hardest part of the game. This ball is so finicky, and it never does exactly what you want it to do. Like that.
Off to a good start.
I mean, this is not the worst start I've ever had. And then pushing it up this cliff is obnoxious.
Do you have a time limit for this?
No.
No, it just takes forever. I pushed it back down. No.
Oh,
All right, there you go. And now we just.
It's not too bad.
It could have been worse. It could always be worse.
Shout outs to the ball.
When I first learned the route and I was like looking at the document we had, it was like the first comment was like, do we have something to make the ball more consistent? And the answer is no, we don't. So again, the game assumes you have sun and it gives us the bloom power, which we need. So actually, the first hour and 30 minutes of this run is to get brush powers, because at the end of the game, before the final boss, there's a boss rush section that forces you to fight 5 of the bosses that you previously faced. You never actually have to face them at all in the run, but thanks to the Karmic Transformer glitch. But you need to face them. We haven't found a way to skip the boss rush section, and each one of the bosses requires a special brush power in order to beat them. So we have to get the brush powers just so we can fight them during that boss rush section. If we somehow found a way to beat the boss rush section, we'd essentially just Karmic Transformer glitch straight to the end of the game and beat the final boss. But thankfully, even though we have to do all of this stuff, even though we still have to go through a lot of the game, there's a lot of sequence breaks, which are really cool. We're just gonna skip this section by running to the side. If you want to read a few donations right now, it's a good time to do it.
Okay. We have $36 from Medina Stouffer, and her generous donation goes towards a lot of the donation challenges. And now it's actually a good time to mention how our new tracker works. So basically, as you can see on both the Marathon.Speedruns Archive page and the Twitch page, there's a donate button. And when you hit that donate button, when you make your donation, you can actually now just input a donation like challenges and choices into the tracker yourself, so that that saves time for both you and us processing your bids. But remember that you still have to make the payment go through on your PayPal account after you hit that after you go through that screen to make sure that we get the donation.
Okay. So right now we're going to do this Demon Gate because it unlocks a Mermaid Spring, which we use for rapid transportation later on in the game. Once you get mermaid coins. Yeah, that guy. They're kind of annoying because if you don't ink them, they'll go underground and they waste a ton of time, and you have to exorcism slip. It's slightly faster to just ink and slash them than it is to go into the menu and exorcism slip. Yes. That circle in the bottom left corner is my godhood. It essentially is just a single hit shield that causes me to ignore hit, stun, and damage. The damage I don't take.
So it's pretty much useless.
So now we're going to get Cherry Bomb. Unfortunately, Tama's house is only open at nighttime. But so we can either wait for nighttime or we can talk to Mika here. He gives you the first wanted list, which only shows up at nighttime, and then it automatically triggers a fight scene that turns it to night, which is very convenient.
Is it okay if we read some more donations?
Sure.
We have $50 from Jamie Holmes, and he says, hoping for great summer games done quick and even greater donations to come. And so are we. And actually, $50, when you donate $50 to Doctors Without Borders, you can purchase enough vaccine to inoculate 175 children against a deadly outbreak of measles. So the donations are definitely going to a good cause. And I actually forgot to plug who we are. We're members of the speedrunning community. Speed Demos Archive, premier source of speedruns of over 800 games. Great forums for speedrun strategy discussion, and we're working on a strategy wiki so that we can have the strategies archived. And also members of Speedruns Live, which is the premier speedrun racing community. For people of all skill levels, beginners and experts, and they're starting the new seasons 2. When is that going to be?
I think Cosmo said sometime in August.
Okay, yeah.
Give me some more.
Okay, and we have $20 from Matthew Archer. Hi guys, looking forward to an awesome summer games done quick this year. Just like awesome news done quick. Shouts to everyone behind the scenes who makes these marathons possible, but don't necessarily get much screen time. Please put this donation towards naming the boy in Secret of Evermore, hashtag SGDQ 2013. And that is a good reminder that if you're going to tweet about our marathon, please use the hashtag SGDQ 2013. That is the hashtag for a marathon. It's in the corner of the stream layout. So if you're loving a marathon and you want to tweet about it, just get it out there with that hashtag. And that is a good point. We do have a lot of people who work hard behind the scenes. Yeah, exactly. Uranium Anchor, helped set up all the stream stuff. Cool Maddie is currently doing the audio tech, and He's done a lot of great work. Rom Scout is helped organize this marathon. He's going to be the main organizer for future Summer Games Done Quick. And there's just a lot of great people working behind the scenes. There's also the Yeti, who's providing a lot of great T-shirts. It's not on the Twitch page, but if you go to theyeti.com/SDA, there is a really great T-shirt sale going on right now, and $3 of every T-shirt that you buy will go straight to the charity. The other is to cover the costs of making the shirt.
Okay, so normally you're supposed to go back to Kamiki Village and do the Konohana Shuffle, which gives you Lily Pad, but that's the most useless. That's the second most useless brush technique in the game. There are certain corners near water sections that if you just swim up against them, Amaterasu would just jump onto the wall, and so from there we just use a normal wall jump and get to the opposite corner without ever actually having to get Lily Pad.
I'd say Lily Pad's the most useless since it can actually be skipped in New Game as well.
I guess so. I don't know much about the New Game route, so I guess Catwalk is second most useless.
Since you still need that for New Game.
Okay, so we're gonna skip mini boss here, hopefully. So normally you run into Ushiwaka here, but we can avoid the cutscene that triggers the fight by jumping over the cliff with a single KT.
Nice.
Now the game gets done really out of order from this point onwards. We're just gonna run up here and trigger the Mermaid Spring again for fast travel later. Normally at this point, you talk to
The fishing boy.
the fishing boy, Kokari, and he tells you that his dog is trapped in the ruins. You do a fishing mini game, go into the ruins and get Vine, and then you free the dog, and then you have to come here and you have to do a log mini game. We're gonna do another version of the KT glitch. I'm gonna go Hail Mary it once. Yeah, that was too high. So if you dash over a body of water and KT and switch Karma Transformers, you can jump out of the dash if you time it right.
So
That was too high.
do you mind if I make an announcement right now?
Sure.
We're the third most highest viewed stream on Twitch, and we have 15,000 viewers right now.
Wow.
We're at 15,000 already?
Yeah, we're at 15,000 already.
Well, I just messed up the skip like 3 times. Normally, like just getting it over the water is really easy, but the stupid current little.
It's hard to tell where the
Yeah.
surface of the water is.
There it is.
No, I hit invisible wall. Like that invisible wall doesn't always exist. Like it depends on the angle you dash into the bridge at. So if you dash into the bridge at the wrong angle. Okay, finally. All right. So after a few trials and tribulations, we finally made it across. So now we're in Taka Pass. Even though we can get up to the tree and bloom it now, the game won't let
Well,
you.
you can't bloom it now.
Well, yeah.
You get up to it, but you can't bloom it.
The game won't let you bloom it unless you go run into the cave and defeat Waka, so we have to go do that. You can read some donations.
Okay. Let's see. We have a $502 donation from Kevin Tong. I wonder who he is. And all he wants to say is Summer Games Done Quick is awesome. Thanks to all the people who supported my endeavors to get here. My friends from school, Team Liquid, the 502 crew. Also, shouts to Sloop, and happy birthday, respect the land. And because he respected the land, Donkey Kong Land was one of the bonus games people could donate for, and he put his entire donation towards the game, so it's going to be played right after Donkey Kong Country returns. So the land has been freed.
Yeah, respected. I think I also put $2 to Dragon Coins and Moons.
Oh, Dragon Coins and Moons?
Yeah, I think that's where my last $2 went to.
Yes.
I really hope.
All right, so you can go up the cliff or up the cave the other way, but it's slightly faster to just KT up the cliff if you do it right.
Like that.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That was faster.
If you do it right.
Yeah. So now we're on top. It won't let you bloom it unless you're actually standing on top of the cliff or on the bridge on the opposite side. So.
Okay, so we have an $80 donation from Alyssa M. Dahl, and she says, "Been psyching myself up for this marathon over the past few weeks by watching footage of the previous events. I'm so excited to be able to donate to this one. Good luck to everyone." Yeah, if you want to watch our previous events, we do have links to the previous marathons on the marathon.speeddomosarchive.com page in the history, and you can also look them up on YouTube. A lot of them are on the Speed Demos Archive SDA YouTube channel too.
So up here we have another sequence break coming up.
Not just yet.
Not just yet. First, we're gonna go through this demon gate because again, we need to get it.
So everyone would be very happy with you. The spinning bark strats.
There's nothing to do there's nothing to do while you wait for the end game. So normally you're supposed to go up to Kusa Village and talk to Princess Kusa and then feed her dogs.
And she sends you on a quest.
She sends you on a
to
quest.
feed the other dogs. And
Yeah. So you're supposed to rescue the Sparrow girl from the Cutters, and in order to unlock the gate to Sasa Sanctuary. But we're just going to do that a little bit out of order. This skip is kind of cool.
I like how every sentence that you start explaining the trick, it starts out with normally, comma.
Yeah.
So we're that was silly. So what? Oh man,
Please.
this is
Okami, please.
this is not the best run I've ever had. That's for sure. That's okay.
Pretty good on your KT.
So just an update on the donation total. We're currently at $2,589.22. So,
How much?
$2,500.
2,000. Okay.
Yeah. So
25 minutes to the run.
That's ridiculous.
oh, that was 2006.
Okay, so he just jumped behind the loading zone that got us in here, and so now we're just going to we just need to get this angle proper. There we go. And we're gonna jump. We're just gonna jump into the abyss and hold forward for about 8 seconds.
This is yellow strats right here.
Yeah, so it's very nice and blue. It's very spacious and scenic. And so we just fall for a little bit.
There it is.
And for some reason, Sasa Sanctuary the inside of Sasa Sanctuary is below the outside.
It's just right beneath. It's like
So and now we're inside Sasa Sanctuary. Yeah, that also skips a loading zone because like we can also KT over the front of the front gate, and that also gets us into Sasa Sanctuary, but it causes a loading zone and it's a really long KT.
A loading screen.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's not actually loading anything since it's right there.
Yeah. So now we have to do a digging mini game with Mr. Bamboo because he has magical water finding powers.
I'm pretty sure it's actually faster if you turn him around right at the start towards the first Paragon.
I don't. He's just gonna run really fast anyway.
Okay, so we have a $10 donation from Thomas Searfloss. Shout to ScintilliaSD from Tom's grandma. You may be balder, but you'd still make a pretty girl.
Thank you. That is if any of you guys follow League of Legends, that is League of Legends caster Optimus Tom. He's a friend of mine from high school, and his family has always been very supportive of me throughout high school and college and stuff. And I like crash at their house very frequently, so thank you to them.
And we have $20 from Tyler Gaskin, and he says, "Put this 20 towards the Legend of Zelda 5 Heart Challenge." That means
like not even- I
Darkwing
like
Duck
half
will
it.
only pick up, will only have 5 hearts throughout the maximum throughout the entire game. Even though he'll miss it, well, even though you'll be missing it, we are recording all of the footage for this marathon, so you will be able to watch it later. And we have a $10 donation from Robert Garcia. He says, "Hello everyone, Alex here. And let's hope donations like mine will be common for the next few days. This 10 will go towards the Sniper Wolf fist fight during the Metal Gear Solid run. Good luck, runners, and let's have a successful marathon." Speaking of that, some of our first donation incentives are for Metal Gear Solid. We have the Sniper Wolf fist fight. Yes, you can actually get in a fist fight with her and defeat her that way. And we've already met the goal. It's at $226 out of 200. So Slade, who's a very talented Metal Gear Solid runner, he's going to play in extreme difficulty. Will be fighting Sniper Wolf with his fists, and you can also make Snake wear a tuxedo. That is at $38 out of $300. You can check those on our tracker. The link is in both the Twitch channel and the the marathon.speeddemosarchive.com page.
Is there an incentive for saving or killing Meryl?
Yes, there is.
Make sure you do that.
Yeah, so to saving Otacon or killing Meryl is at $40, and saving Meryl is at $25.
So Otacon's winning.
Okay, so right now we actually, the game assumes that in order to have gotten into Sasa Sanctuary, you must have talked to Princess Husei in Kusa Village and gotten the canine tracker. So by talking to that crying bird, it just generates the canine tracker for us because it assumes we already have it, even though we don't. And Mr. Bamboo kindly gives us a free mermaid coin to use the mermaid spring. Now we're going to go back to Husei Village.
And actually meet Princess Husei.
Yes.
That was where you came up and activated the spring and then left.
Yes. Now we're going to feed her dogs because she's a negligent owner.
Well, first you need to uncurse her.
Oh, yeah.
Curse.
And then we need to.
She can't help it.
We also need to buy mermaid coins, so we're gonna make a quick stop at the merchant in Kusa Village anyway.
Oh, your stream monsters are gonna like this donation. $10 from Thorsten Dolert. He says, "My first donation, but definitely not my last. Been looking forward to this event for quite some time now, and I know it's gonna be as much fun as Awesome Games Done Quick. Shout out to all you guys and the Twitch chat. Cheers, Stoke."
Shout out to Twitch chat.
And we have $10 from Michael Carey. He says, "Shout outs to Scintillia and the rest of the 502 crew from number 905. Best of luck to everyone during the marathon."
Thank you, number 905. So this village right now is filled with miasma that slowly drains your ink, but we have
you have
infinite
infinite
ink,
ink.
so whatever.
New game plus threats.
And you can't use any brush powers during this while it's...
Mm-hmm. Feel free to read donations. This is
Okay. And we have $250 from Nicholas Zian. He says, "Hi guys, I want to wish you good luck with the marathon. You guys are awesome. I want to give Scintillia some advice for this game. 1, pray the KT's God. You will need him. Seriously, you are the brush. Keep that in mind. It is very important." Well, there is no number 3, so good luck with the run. Love you guys, and once again, good luck.
Thank you.
Nicholas Zian, aka Pills of Death.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Pills.
Yeah, he's the current record holder, correct?
Yes, he is the current record holder. His world record for this game is 135 something, but no one's the next best time I think is owned by Kwanzaa. He has 139, so it's a 4-minute difference between first and second place in this game. Pills is crazy.
And no one's really interested in New Game, just New Game Plus.
Yeah. So now we're just going around and feeding dogs. That's a thing.
Well, I'm interested in New Game, but I haven't actually finished the run yet.
So we have a donation, $25 from Ian Green, better known as RoboSparkle. And he says he's really looking forward to this. Since I had to save Meryl in my Metal Gear Solid run, it's only fair that Slade has to as well. Also, can we have a donation choice for Spyro 2 for languages and colors? I think we can. I'll just have to ask Spudley Man what languages and colors are in the game. And we have, very clever donation. We have $50.20 from Jonathan Wilson. I'm not sure what it is about. I am ScintilliaSD, have a big wolf, and know how to speedrun. I get green splits all day long. It's almost too easy.
It's almost too easy.
Oh my god. Thank you, Manchester.
And we have $15 from Wanja Christofferson. He says, much love to you, Sint, and your speedrunning debut. Much love to everyone present from Kane.
Oh, thank you, Kane. He is. You might know him from Commander Keen speedruns. Him and Cosmo were going at the Commander Keen 4 record for a really long time. It was pretty intense.
Now, shall we explain the weirdness with the dogs?
Okay, so normally you have to feed all 4 dogs here to unlock the fifth one up here. But the game only counts the number of dogs you fed. So since we've already encountered the one in Sasa Sanctuary, it generates this one because we have the correct number of dogs to trigger this fight.
Well, GG.
These dogs can all go invincible right away, which wastes time and is annoying.
Yeah. And now we still have to feed the last dog though, and if you don't position yourself right, the fat orange dog steals the other dog's food.
And then it moves you to where that dog was.
Yeah, it moves
where
you to
you
where.
should have fed it.
Yeah. So now we're just in the middle of a cave that we would normally have to KT up to because we don't have Vine yet.
Oh, yeah, you don't, do you?
Yeah. So from here, normally you would finish the dog side quest. You'd go back to Agat Forest and Kamiki, get the last 2 dogs. Go to the Gale Shrine, get Gale Storm.
Go back to Kamiki for a cutscene, then on the Moon Cave, complete that.
Yeah, beat Orochi, get Inferno, and then keep going. We're just gonna skip all of that. We go back to Gale Shrine later. We never go to Moon Cave ever, and we never get that ability. So we're just going to hope I get this skip right the first time, because if I don't, it wastes like 30 seconds every single time I fail it.
You were doing really well just when you were practicing before the marathon started.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of things really well before the marathon started.
That mirror.
Like sleeping?
Yeah, like sleeping.
Yeah, sleeping.
That was my next guess.
Sleeping's a good one. And we have $25 from Michael Jimenez. He says, "Summer games done quick, so hyped. Looking forward to Castlevania 64 and Echo. Good luck, everybody." And speaking of games that you're hyped for, you can look at our schedule on the marathon.speedemosarchive.com page. And if you're hyped, you can tweet about our event using the hashtag SGDQ2013. And we have $20 from Charles Guo. And he says, "We love you, Scintillia. Good luck on your run, and Sat Strikers, Whitey."
Oh, thank you.
And we have $10 from Alex Dellinger. He says, "Hey guys, this is my first time watching SDA events live, and I cannot wait to not sleep for 5 days." Speaking of sleep,
Same. Definitely.
you guys are awesome and are supporting an awesome cause. Shouts to Team Liquid for supporting SDA. And to ScintilliaSD for representing Team Liquid for Okami. Go for the gold, Arcus.
At this point, he doesn't have to.
All right. Yeah. At this point, I don't have to worry.
He doesn't have to wait 30 seconds.
Yeah. So you can. There's a very nicely positioned. Like I said before, there are some corners in the game where if you just swim into them, Amaterasu will jump, and so if you get good momentum, you can make it to that corner right before Amaterasu drowns.
They're all positioned right where you most need them.
Exactly.
And like as soon as you run out of air.
I know.
So
Also,
now we're on the opposite side.
That doesn't fake because it's supposed to be blown off by the time you actually get over
So we can
walk through that building.
yeah we can
Okay,
we can look at it from the back, and we can see that none of this stuff is actually real. So. And now we're in Ryoshima Coast.
And we have $100 from Justin Norman. Doctors Without Borders is an incredible charity. The world needs proper medicine. Thank you, speedrunners, for your dedication. Shout out to Blue Blast. I've never been Echo. Can't wait for the Crystallis race, or Crystallis, however you may choose.
Crystallis.
Dang, UA with that tech authority.
Do we have a donation more for Crystallis vs. Crystallis?
We could.
Oh, really?
Stylus for best friend.
Yeah, and actually $100 can purchase a year of antiretrovirals for 2 infants to help prevent transmission of HIV from mother to child. And actually, for those of you who are just joining us, this is Summer Games Done Quick, hosted by Speed Demos Archive, and also featuring many members of Speedruns Live, 2 great speedrunning communities. And we're raising funds for Doctors Without Borders, a charity that provides medical assistance in more than 60 countries, where the people's survival is threatened by armed conflict, natural disaster, and malnutrition.
So I ran through the cursed zone back there just to skip a single encounter. It's slightly faster, but the bad part is that cursed zone has the worst geometry in the game, which is why I was jumping a lot in there, because sometimes Amaterasu will just get her foot caught on something and she'll be like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. How to walk. Now we're going to get Holy Eagle, which is the double jump. It's the only dojo technique in the game that's required to beat it. I guess it's technically not required in New Game Plus, but
Well, that would be a lot more KTs.
yeah, but it halves the number of KTs, which is very useful because KTs are very tedious to do.
So this is all not real, right?
No, this is all real now.
Yeah, it was just that the buildings on the other side.
If we ever actually had to go back to city checkpoint, it would still be unreal. Like we could go back to the loading zone and it would
Then it would all not be there.
it would still all not be there. Yeah.
Alright.
And
So-
one more conveniently positioned corner.
Oh yeah.
Because
This
you
thing
can
is
only jump out of water like that at corners. Oh, lost your speed.
Well, the cutscene happens anyway.
Yeah.
So now we're gonna talk to Onigiri Sensei. And his head turns upside down when he teaches you stuff.
Which his current head shape is a reference to Beautiful Joe, which was made by the same company.
So now we can double jump.
This or Beautiful Joe?
Beautiful Joe came first.
This was one of their last games.
Yeah. They win.
I think Beautiful Joe was their first game.
They're very good at having games with unique art styles.
And with just good gameplay overall.
Yeah.
There you go.
Of course,
It's a shame.
most of the people in Clover Studios went back and reformed into Platinum Games.
Yeah, Platinum Games.
Yeah.
Platinum
So-
Games!
So
Best game
Platinum
this generation.
Games is awesome.
Platinum games, don't games.
Yeah, I'd be down for that. And our donation total right now is over $3,000 at $3,184.22.
That is very fast.
Yeah.
I wonder if we'll break 10,000 before Okami ends.
Who knows? That would be pretty awesome if it happened.
I think you guys can do it.
I believe in you guys.
Yeah, you
So
guys are
we're
doing a good
taking
job.
up this cliff again to skip another
One fight.
one fight.
Oh,
Yeah.
just one fight.
Yeah, there's a fight at the bottom of this stone staircase. And now you're supposed to go to Seon City,
Do a
defeat,
whole bunch of stuff.
get mist, do the sunken ship, go inside the Emperor's stomach, defeat Blight, get the key, get the border pass. But we're just gonna jump.
Go back and get the fire tablet, then go and get the border pass.
Yeah, go back and get the fire tablet, get the border pass. But we're just gonna jump over the gate.
You don't need the border pass.
Gates are recorded.
Yeah.
Or the fire tablet for that matter.
Seems like half this game is overrated.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like,
No, this game is underrated.
No, I know.
but we just try to skip as much of it as possible.
Well, you gotta go fast.
We don't actually have Galestorm needed to beat this guy, but that's okay because we have
That's just
consistent
in
swords.
supports too. No, those ones are missed.
That was it. That was it. You can tell how long it's been since I actually played this game, so I don't know which brush techniques
Normally.
is required to beat things.
Play it normally.
So we come all the way up to North Ryoshima Coast just to trigger this mermaid spring. We need to come back here later, but we don't need to be here right now. So trigger this mermaid spring and we're going to use it.
Is now a good time for some donations?
Sure.
All right. We have $20 from Jerome Bolivin, and he said, "Hello, thank you all people of SDA. Good luck for the runner and a lot of hype. Kiss from the French restream, and thank you, Mr. MV. Yes, big shouts to Mr. MV for the French restream. And he says $20 for the dog's name for in Secret of Evermore to be Nougat.
To be what?
Nougat. And we
Somehow
have.
I have the feeling the dog's name is going to end up being Victor Z no matter what this donation.
Yeah, now they are. You just told them to. So we have $20 from Catherine Polly. It's so nice seeing Okami being run. It's my favorite game of all time. And she's hoping for the Perler, and this has to go towards Gilgamesh fights, because how can you play Final Fantasy V and not fight him?
And now it's time for the fishing minigame.
Yeah, so normally you have to do this fishing minigame twice. Once to trigger getting the Ruins key, and then once to trigger getting Crescent. But since we actually have the requirements for both of those events to happen at the same time, the game only checks for you to finish the fishing minigame once, and you get both triggers from finishing the fishing minigame.
And the fishing minigame has a good bit of luck with how close the fish are to it.
And whether or not they turn a lot. That's close. But he's swimming away.
It's going to be swimming left. And you really don't need to worry about running out of stamina.
I'm pretty sure catching crayfish with a fishing pole is not the way fishing actually works.
It doesn't have to make sense.
Also, I'm pretty sure lifting them out of the water and hoping a god randomly slashes them for you is also not the way fishing works.
Of course, the fishing pole doesn't even have fishing line.
Yeah, we had to draw the fishing line for him. What an unprepared fisherman.
I'm so excited. That crayfish had a sword of an actual fish.
Yeah, like it looked like a shark in the water. You pulled out its claws.
Later on in the game, you fish up like scallops and oysters and stuff, and it's like, okay, I guess that makes sense. And they all just look like fish.
I think this is the hypest anyone has ever been about fishing, ever.
We caught a giant salmon, and now we get the ability to summon the moon. Even though we're the incarnation of the goddess of the sun, we never actually get the ability to summon the sun.
Well, at the very end.
Yeah, at the very end when the game gives you all the powers that we never actually got.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
And we have $100 from Johan Lundstrom. He says, "Hi guys, I'm donating because anytime there's an SDA speedrun marathon, you can't not donate. Hopefully this will go towards speedrunning Mega Man X6. I can't figure out these finicky form doodads. We can fix it manually, but it'll take us a little while to fix it manually. But we will get that fixed in due time."
So this dog right here is the dog that we were supposed to rescue from the Tutor Ruins that we never did. Yeah. I actually never done it before, but I actually wonder what would happen if we went back and triggered the Spider Queen fight, because that means the dog should still technically be in there, and still.
I'm sure he'd be in there. It would just after there might be two of them.
Yeah, I don't know. That'd be weird.
Alright, there is a question in the chat on why you're playing the Japanese version, and I remember you said yesterday it's because you like the letter layouts and the fonts.
Yeah, I just like the text also scrolls very slightly faster. It's like almost non-existent the speed increase because we skip most of the text anyway, but it is a little bit faster. I tested last night.
And we
And he
have
can read Japanese, so.
Yeah, that's it.
yeah. And we have $10 from Michael Tyndall, and he says, "Book the entire next week off work to catch as much live as possible. Good luck to everyone involved, and loving the 502 crew shirts."
That's dedication.
There you go. The whole week off.
And the only reason we're going here is to get the vine brush technique, so we can use it during the boss rush.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, normally you're supposed to do a lot of stuff involving going around.
And to get vine, you need to go into the center thing and bloom some spots. And you'd think you could just go straight in there and do that, but
the water is
it doesn't.
void.
It doesn't work until
Yeah.
you've cleaned up the water. Even though you can go in there.
So we just jump
With KTA.
all the way. We just jump all the way up, and now we have to defeat these 3 demon gates.
Yeah.
There's another reason why we come here. There's a cutscene in here that automatically. There's a skippable cutscene in here that we have to see because it triggers daytime. You can the cutscene where you cause
Oh, yeah.
mushrooms to grow. If you skip it, it won't set the game to daytime,
Oh.
which is bad because then we need to be daytime for the next section.
Oh, I did not know that.
Like in the old route, it wouldn't be a problem because we'd have the sun power, but since this run is sunless, we need this to happen. So donations are fine.
Okay, so we have $50 from Jacob Newstead. He said, let's kick this marathon off well. This will be the first of many donations. Bankruptcy has never been so fun. Bid goes to fighting Gilgamesh in Final Fantasy V.
But if you pull off the skip for this cutscene, it doesn't.
Yeah, it won't. Like this cutscene right now sets the time to early morning,
Okay.
but if you skip it, it just continues going.
And the window for skipping that cutscene is really small.
It's like 2
as
frames
well.
or something.
If you did that, would you have to KT up the wall of that cliff too? Because the mushrooms wouldn't grow.
No, the mushrooms will grow anyway, but it'd be very inconvenient for the next section, which we need it to be daytime. I think the way the run works is like it would turn to nighttime. If we didn't reset the time, it would turn to nighttime around then. So we're gonna hopefully slash all of these at once. I missed another one.
Is it okay if I go over some more donations?
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, so we
Oh
have,
yeah, and those pots don't exist until you do the cutscene.
Yeah.
we have $10 from Dustin Young. Kwanzaa here. Good luck to Sint. Don't get igloo turtled. Shoutouts to Number Okami. And of course, the ball!
The ball.
Give me
Thank-
that perler.
Thank you, Kwanzaa.
Honda is another Okami runner.
And speaking of the perler, it's a $5 buy-in for that perler. It is the picture on top at the stream. We don't most of the prizes that we have here we actually don't have on site because it took me a long time to ship all the prizes from Awesome Games Done Quick because it was over 150 prizes that I had to ship. So we're having people ship out the prizes and we reimburse them, and we think that'll be a better system so that you guys can when you win your prizes, we can ship them to you faster. And we have $20 from Christian Tveeling. Hey, I just recently learned about your charity stream from Total Biscuit's YouTube channel. I've always been into speedrunning and watch plenty of videos on YouTube. But please. And thank you very much, Christian, and thank you, Total Biscuit, for the plug.
Yeah, Total Biscuit's awesome. He does a lot of stuff for the StarCraft community recently, and like always, he still has his roots in doing stuff for video games in general. He still does WTF is, and he does a lot of coverage for like a lot of indie games that a lot of people don't know about. So he's really good at getting some lesser known games into the mainstream.
That's really
Since
cool.
We don't actually have to fight the boss here.
And we have $20 from Hunter Dupre. He says, such a
Oh,
beautiful
there
game
was a
to
cutscene
start
there?
with.
I didn't even know that.
The Suturunes cutscene.
Oh, the entrance cutscene.
Yeah, it's like 15 seconds, which is annoying.
Such a beautiful game to start with. My favorite game. It just feels like such a sin to skip all the restoration cutscenes.
Sorry.
Have to skip cutscenes.
If you think skipping the restoration cutscenes is a sin, I mean, there's more skips that's way more sinful than just skipping some cutscenes. So now we have one more dog left to do that we need to do to get into Gale Shrine. So we're gonna go back and do it.
Well, you can get into Gaelcon without the dogs, but it just requires a million
takes-
KTs.
I think.
It takes longer than getting the dogs.
Yeah, I think.
That's how many KTs it takes.
I think we calculated it takes about 500 KTs, with 500 single jump KTs to 250 double jump KTs to get into Gale Shrine. And obviously, if you mess up any one of them, you're just gonna fall to your doom. So yeah, that's not happening. Yeah.
Too late pressing start.
I'll.
No, 1,000.
1,000 times.
A lot more than 1,000 probably.
Yeah.
The only time in the game where you choose the right
And
option.
he's finally asking you,
Like,
hey,
hey.
didn't you have more stuff you wanted to do out here?
Yeah, this is.
As if
he's
it's your
like.
first time going back.
Yeah. Like again, all the trees are ballooned because it assumes we did the Konohana shuffle. Turnip digging. So shout outs to Stitch Faces and shout out. You can do more donations.
I
Okay.
wonder what the trigger is to make it think you have lily pad.
We
Probably getting
have
into Agad Forest.
$50 from Dave Lang. One shot here. Watched and loved. Awesome games done quick. First time donating. Not the last though. Not sure what to bid on, so put it towards whatever Blue Glass wants.
What's coming up that hasn't been met yet?
There's Metal Gear Solid, Snake in a Tuxedo. There's also Hotline Miami to do the DLC level. And there's also Luigi's
Oh my
Mansion to earn dance, to make Bonesaw 577 perform to
She
earn
was literally
dance.
going to hit me.
And that is actually currently at $150 out of 500.
I'll put it towards to earn dance.
Okay.
She had her fist raised. She wanted me.
Okay, and that's another 50 towards to earn dance, so it's at 200 out of 500.
So this is the final dog. He won't fight you unless the kid's gone. So we have to make it night.
And he'll ignore you unless you've dug up the turnips.
Yeah. What? No.
Oh. So close to having all the dogs go perfectly.
This dog's nuts. I mean, that would have done like 1/3 of one section of life anyway.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, really?
yeah. The game is very lenient with the amount of invincibility it gives you.
For the most part, enemies don't do much damage.
Yeah.
The only time fighting is hard is in the bonus.
It's like the optional sections that you need to do to get the last few stray beats.
Yeah. The spider hole, especially the Kamui one.
Yeah. It's not even that hard. Like if you've been collecting the golden peaches throughout the game.
Yeah,
then
if it would be hard if you didn't have items.
It'd be hard if you didn't have 5 lives in this game.
5? Or like 50.
So yeah, we're done. We're going back to Gale Shrine now.
And we have $30 from Stanley Golick. He says, hoping for a great SGDQ this year. Good luck to Scintillia and all the other runners this year.
Thank you, Stan. He's a friend of mine from college.
Okay. And we have $20 from Michael Gajda. He says, I hope this marathon will be successful. Great ROM scout for me, and I hope he will do Castlevania Portrait of Ruin. So here's a bit of money for that.
For that, is it just between Dawn of Sorrow and Portrait of Ruin, or?
Dawn of Sorrow,
Okay.
Portrait of Ruin, and Order of Ecclesia.
Yeah, so for that donation
So-
incentive, that's going to be Saturday morning. ROM Scout will run one of the 3 DS Castlevanias, and in case you couldn't hear him, the choices are Dawn of Sorrow, Portrait of Ruin, or Order of Ecclesia.
And
can't
the French
decide.
schedule says only Order de Ecclesia. So, I mean, you know.
Yeah, and we have $10 from Steve Lukens. He says, "Shoutouts to Blue Glass for keeping it real."
I can't decide whether I'd rather see Ecclesia or Ruin. Seen Sorrow a bunch.
There's a lot. This is a really good section for a lot of donations because there's nothing.
Oh,
really-
okay. So we have $10 from Yakulina Jimenez. And she just wants to say shout outs to all the runners at both ESA 2013 and SGDQ 2013. Thank you for all the wonderful runs and doing this for an awesome cause, all the while providing amazing entertainment. Also loving this Okami run based Amaterasu.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, ESA, the European Speedsters Assembly, did a marathon just the week before
Yeah,
this
just the
for
week
Doctors
before.
Without Borders. So definitely go check out some of their runs. It was a really good marathon.
Yeah, the Twitch page is twitch.tv/Ludendi, and I think currently all of the footage is just in their Twitch archives. But yeah, they had a really good marathon last week. I think they raised about $20,000 for Doctors Without Borders. They had a lot of good runs and runners there. So if nothing else, check out the Cube run because it was very hype with Ethelon running it. And we have $30 from Matthew Simpson. Speedrunning isn't the biggest gaming community out there, and it's fantastic we can put our relatively obscure passion to such good use. Thank you all for organizing this excellent event. Matt Simpson. Thank you, Matt, for your generous and kind donation. And we have $52 from Zachary Davidson. I wonder what the significance of that is. Well, I might not be here to see Countdown 42's block run, so I'm donating this now, just in case. I'll donate more if I'm here for his run. George Ernest, the famous explorer, number 502.
What was the name on that donation?
Zachary Davidson.
Oh, all right. Shout out to Low Fat Campbell. Love that guy.
And we have $20 from Nick Frigilana. Annihilator here. Annihilator is a frequent attendee of speedrun streams. He's especially a big fan of Sinister 1, who will be coming in tomorrow, and he'll be running Double Dragon 2 and possibly Ninja Gaiden if you donate for it on Saturday for the race. Oh, and also Batman. And he says, getting my bid in for these grand prizes right away, but this absolutely won't be my last donation. I can't believe Okami can be beaten in only 2 hours. I played this game for over 60 hours my first time through. Can't wait to see how you break the game. Well, he's been breaking the game pretty bad, and that reminds me, we do have 2 grand prizes. One is a Hitbox arcade stick. It's instead of your like traditional, Japanese style like Sanwa part stick, it's actually like all buttons. And it was generously donated by the people behind hitboxarcade.com. So I'd like to thank them very much for that. And the other grand prize is a Nintendo 3DS. It's a $15 buy-in for the Hitbox arcade stick, and it's a $20 buy-in for the Nintendo 3DS. And you can get up to 3 bids for them. So that's $45 for the Hitbox and $60 for the 3DS.
Yeah, that's an XL.
Oh yeah, it's an XL. Sorry, I forgot to specify that. And we have $10 from Stefan Alphonse. Has always been a fan of speedrunning in general and watched lots of your old marathons as videos on YouTube. And I'm happy to see the whole thing for the first time. It's an amazing cause you're fighting for, and hope you'll be able to keep it up for many more years. Also, suit that snake up. We have a $10 donation from Paraxade. And
Shout out to Praxaid.
yeah, shout out to Paraxade. He's a really good 3D Sonic speedrunner.
He also did a lot
And
of
various other things.
he also did a lot of
Yeah, he
work
did a
and
lot of
help
work
for
on
this
Okami as
Yeah.
well.
Oh yeah. Actually, speaking of that, it's Paraxade and Grubo who've done a lot of work.
Yeah,
on this game.
Grubo especially. Grubo basically invented
this
Okami
game.
speedrunning.
There you go.
Almost everything has just been improvements on his original.
Yeah,
Discoveries.
Grubo's a guy who used to be very active in the speedrunning community from 2006 to 2008. He doesn't really run too much anymore, but he was really great at finding strategies and just executing runs in general. And we have $20 from Kyle Johnson. He says, "Hey guys, new to your whole speedrunning site, but watched every speedrun from Awesome Games to Cook 2013. Took the weekend off to watch you guys do some great things with my favorite games. Donation towards 5-Heart Challenge and Legend of Zelda." Just to make sure your donation goes through for the bid, and I'm sure you guys are doing this, when you're at the donation page, please look through the challenges on the page. The challenges are arranged in chronological order, not alphabetical order.
That's just slightly faster than running down the entire way yourself. We're done here.
Got Galestorm for the
Got
boss
Galestorm.
rush.
Yeah, so these two sections are essentially just going in, getting the brush power for the dungeon, and then just ignoring the rest of it. Every single time, Isun's like, you can't ignore Crimson Helm forever. I'm like, yes, we actually can. That's exactly what we do. There's a rock.
Caught on the rock.
So now we're going back to North Hiroshima Coast. Now that we have Galestorm, we needed it to get to the next section of the game.
And we have a nice heartfelt $20 donation from Michael Fisher, and he says, "This is dedicated to my new niece Arya. May you love games as much as I do."
And this next dungeon
Named
will
after the
actually
best
complete.
character in Game of Thrones.
This next dungeon he'll actually be completing.
Yes, we will actually be beating the next two dungeons. We did the second one, we don't actually need to, but it's faster if we do. As little sense as that actually makes.
Because not beating it then requires a really long KT.
Yes.
Which, if you could skip it entirely, it might be faster, but you can't because you need the brush power.
So we're gonna just use this mermaid spring again. You can do some more donations. There's nothing really here to do.
He's not.
He disappeared. The donations are gone forever.
Never.
Your money's gone. We took it all.
Yeah, that's
Ha ha ha.
never.
All right, so guess we're just going to cover some dead air time. So now we're in North Hiroshima Coast. We're going to go to the Dragon Palace and stuff. We're going. We have to rescue.
Hiroshima.
Yeah, and then get
So
the
because
orca.
he's the trigger to let you call orca with sunrise. You can do it here.
Again, this is another one of the cases in the game where it just assumes that you have the sun power. And we get an orca. So normally, you have to like go to Cat Call Tower and climb the entire thing, which
cat
takes
call, and then come back and use cat call to get up
up to Watcher's Cape over
to
here.
there.
But
KTs.
we have KTs, so vertical.
Actually not there. Maybe it's there.
Come on. There we go. So now we're on Watcher's Cape. We're going to.
Needs to be nighttime so you can make the Whirlpool Galaxy appear.
Yep. Which is why we needed Galestorm before we came here.
You go into Rock Crescent. Could have just done it back there. Crescent.
I forgot. Yeah. Well, I always get here just in case because sometimes I miss the fight skip, and it's easier to just go back into the rush here. So making a shooting star for this guy causes a galaxy to appear in the sky.
The one time you ever want to make a random star,
Yeah.
it normally happens when doing constellations.
So now we spin the galaxy 3 times.
And it has to be in the same direction.
Yeah. And it makes a giant whirlpool appear in the water.
Which you actually need to go into that whirlpool on Orca.
Yeah. You can theoretically you can water KT over there, or if you had the water tablet
Well, you can't have the water tablet at that point.
We've gone back with the water tablet to try to get in there, and it won't let you.
Right.
It just you take damage if you try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not too surprising, really. I mean, they knew you could get there without Orca through
So
the water tablet or lily pad.
Yeah, Lily Pad, which you skipped.
yeah. So now we're in the Dragon Palace.
where we'll be using a KT discussion cutscenes.
And we have $50 from Haluk Pokozoglu. I can't watch the stream yet, but great cause and great games. Good luck trying to read my name. I don't think I succeeded. And we have $10 from Vincent Bois, and he says, French gamers are with you. Bon courage. And thank you, Vincent. By the way, shout outs to the French community being spearheaded by Mr. MV. Go to his channel, twitch.tv/MrMV for the chat. I think he's using Daily Motion as a streaming service, but his chat is still going to be in Twitch, so you can still keep the Frankerzy hype. And we have $20 donation from Half Baked Prophet, well-known Echo speedrunner, and he says, Echo hype, sincerely, Half Baked Prophet. And we have $10 from Alexandre Sete, and it's a $60 donation actually. And he says, here's a small donation for you guys. Also, here is $10 for Die Hard. We're actually not going to play Die Hard this marathon. Maybe if there's super popular demand there will be, but we feel like, it's kind of a one-time moment. It was very hype, but you don't want to repeat past successes too much.
With Hell Beat It, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, with Hell Beat It, I mean, how can you top that?
Die Hard 100% maybe?
Does anyone actually know how to play that game normally?
and we have $20 from William Borgo. He says, "Hey Scintillia, this is Cam. Don't mess up.
A third of the dungeon.
Don't mess up. I want some of those Twitch bucks you'll be getting from all this exposure. Shoutouts to TLP and PPBP, and good luck on the run. Also, about the Twitch bucks, if you subscribe, our half of the subscriber, the SDA half, we will be donating at the end of the marathon during Twilight Princess. And
come on, this angle's so weird.
Basically what you're supposed to do is go down and release this toxic poisoned water and then use that to corrode the growths that are holding the dragon orb in place.
Why can't I get this angle right? It's so weird.
But normal water works just as well, it turns out.
Here? No, I'm not close enough to the water. This is...
Is it okay if I read donations now?
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay here for like 30 minutes while I try to figure out this angle.
Okay.
There.
There you go.
Yeah.
Very nice. And we have $50 from Nico Vananen, and he says, Okami is fantastic, and I'm glad it's finally being run in one of the marathons.
Nope, didn't get the water. Oh, you did.
No, I did.
There it is.
Did it work? No.
Didn't hit the orb though.
There you go.
There we go. That's
That took about 5 million times longer than it's ever taken me before. Marathon luck. So
there's the poison water.
There's 2 foxes and we're just gonna kill them all. These guys are annoying to fight normally because they drain your ink. I mean, like, if you don't have the string of beads, they drain your ink and it's...
If you don't have extra simple threats.
Yeah.
Fortunately, even in new game, you can easily have 3 exorcisms lapels for this fight.
And we have $30 from Ben Sly, and Brocentro appreciate this donation. I was about to complain about the lack of awful games done quick. Then I saw Bible Adventures. Yes. 10 minutes of that game is enough awfulness for the whole marathon.
There you go.
Okay, this is the largest bit of RNG, random number generator for those who don't know, in the game.
Yeah, so
These drops of blood that are falling down are completely random, and they can hit you out of midair.
So yeah.
Clutch.
Yeah, this is going well. Sometimes you just get destroyed.
You use the shadows to figure out where they're going to fall, but you can't really tell when you're in midair over a gap.
Uh-huh.
So you just have to pray it doesn't. Which this went perfectly.
Yeah.
Now, actually, speaking of Die Hard, Brosencha will be playing Final Fantasy IV at the end of the marathon at top of, well, actually not the very end. Twilight Princess will be the last game. It'll be the second to last game, and he'll be playing Die Hard Percent. And if you want to know what that means, you'll have to watch the run on Monday. It's very, yeah, you don't want to miss that. It's very interesting. So if you want your fill of Die Hard, that's going to give you your fill of Die Hard.
Thing about Final Fantasy IV.
You don't
You
know
think
what?
you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You really don't.
And we have $20 from Mati Saranketo. And he says, Okami is one of my favorite games. Thank you for doing these marathons. P.S. Rest in peace, Brooks Practical. Yes, rest in peace indeed. And Megan Sanders just wants to say, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for doing this with her $40. And and we have a $25 donation from Kyle Paulson. He says, thank you guys so much for streaming. I'm looking forward to watching so many great games. Put this towards Nintendo 3DS XL. Actually, you don't have to put your money towards a prize for the grand prizes. You just have to donate a cumulative amount that gets you in the bidding for them. And for game prizes, you just have to or game or block prizes, you just have to donate during the game or block. So for example, as long as you're donating a single donation of $5 or more during this run, you are eligible to win the Okami Perler, which you can see at the top of the stream.
So now we're going back, and the Dragon Orb tells us, the Dragon Orb we got from the Dragon tells us that Ninetales is attacking someone we've never met in this run, so we have to go save this person we never met.
No, like the Japanese mythological creature Kitsune that can have up to 9 tails.
He's the only boss we kill in the game outside of the boss rush.
I prefer to think of Ninetales as a she.
Well, I mean,
It's so cool we had to kill it twice.
Yeah.
Has awesome music though.
He's actually two encounters in a row in this. We fight him in Oni Island, and then we fight him again at the boss rush. He's the next encounter immediately afterwards. So now we get to go to Seon City the back way, even though we never went in the front way. And the game lets you know that you're in the aristocratic quarter by showing this cutscene. It normally tells you the first time you come here, but
And we have $100 from Tomas Lindblom. It's his first SDA event I have seen live. $100 to kill the animals in Super Metroid.
Yes.
Rock
it begins.
So proud.
Deer Force would be so.
There you go. Yeah.
And we have $20 from Robert Sabula. He says, this weekend is going to be the best ever. Have fun, guys, and keep breaking those games.
So you don't have the fire tablet, and this place is covered in lava. You can actually do it without the fire tablet. It was pretty precise, but we have the same liquid KT that we did use to go over the river, and we can just do that here.
If you're very precise, you can actually do it without KTing too. With a full speed run. Full speed run.
Full speed run.
And we have $20 from Henrik Roskvist. He says, Rar here. Please remember us little ponies when you get big and famous, Mr. Sint. He probably
Thank
forgot
you.
me already.
Thank you, Rar.
And coming up when he leaves this room is one of the points where the game's camera goes freaky.
Yeah.
Basically, the camera locks in place and it's annoying.
Right as I pass this door.
Yeah.
No.
If you adjust your camera so that it doesn't have
Why'd
to
I
turn
jump there?
then it'll lock in place.
Really?
Yeah. Makes it very annoying to try and run full speed straight through.
What? I got it. I bumped on the ceiling. It was weird.
There we go.
All right, so now we're going to Oni Island. I'm also still on fire. I like this music. This is probably my favorite.
It's very good for the. It fits well with. Well,
Yeah.
all the music in this game fits
So,
well
yeah.
with the mood.
So at this point, you need to get to Oni Island before nighttime, otherwise the island will disappear.
So you're on a timer, but it's one where you have more than enough time.
You have plenty of time. Oops, too soon. Literally a frame before I actually triggered the cutscene. Also, this bridge is a testament to how bad the geometry in this game is. No matter if you jump over the bridge, she's gonna assume that you like never jumped over it, and she'll just do a little hop there for no reason.
A lot of times you'll see him jumping at the tops of staircases and stuff. That's to avoid him, Amy jumping automatically.
Yeah. If Amy jumps automatically, she just like jumps straight vertically, and you lose all forward momentum for that jump. You can't stop it on that bridge, no matter what. I've tried so many times to not have that happen.
Blue Glass, is it safe to assume that all donations during this game that people want you to donate for would go to Erdnance?
Go to what? I guess, sure.
Alright.
Until that gets met.
So now we're going to see Oni Island from a little bit of a different perspective than the one you're probably used to. Oni Island is...
Because he gets to skip the first half of it,
and most of the second half. There's like a detour, but yeah. So Oni Island is probably I think it's longer than any other dungeon in the game.
Yeah, it's definitely the longest dungeon in the game.
So we're gonna.
It's really neat when you play it normally.
Yeah. So we're gonna jump up here because we want to skip a fight that's on top of Walker's Cave.
And we don't have a catwalk to get up there normally.
Yeah.
Well, I might have an update, not about the donations, but about something else. Let me confirm and see if this is true. And right now, we are the most viewed channel on Twitch with 18,686 views.
Thank you.
No huge League of Legends tournaments going on right now.
Yeah, right. I think. Well, it's on Thursday. It's not the weekend. LCS runs on the weekend, so it'll probably be.
Yeah, give it to like 6 p.m. and then they can start picking up.
Yeah.
Apparently we broke the Yeti site.
We're just that good. Yeah. So yeah, I would say that you guys can buy T-shirts for it. $3 of your T-shirt goes to the charity, but apparently you guys have been buying so many of them that the Yeti site is currently down. So thank you for your.
There's one max speed. Okay, there we go.
And in new
Your
game,
awesome commitment.
this part right here is the only reason you need the fire tablet. But you can skip it in New Game Plus entirely.
So this is really good donation reading time because there's nothing here.
Oh,
so
okay.
thankfully
Just running around the bottom of the
so
island.
thankfully the coders of this game decided to code the entire island as a solid object. So by jumping over the wall, we're just going to run all the way around the island until we get to the thunderstorm statue.
Okay.
So we have $20 from Arnaud de la Zuana. He says, "Hi guys, I already hate you for ruining my future nights. Your future nights? What are our future nights? But good causes deserve sacrifices. Watching the stream from France, enjoying every second of it. I put $10 for Tuxedo Snake and of course $10 for Grand Theft Auto French subtitles. Good runs until the next donations, and I wish you guys good luck on the 50K goal. Keep up the good work. We are all with you." Yeah. So about the our donation tracker, one thing I forgot to mention is that you can actually split up your donation to go towards multiple donation challenges and bidding wars. And we have $50 from Donovan Shaffart. Said, dang it, why this marathon have to occur during the last week of university summer term? At least this gives me the ability to watch awesome speedruns while finishing coursework and prepping for finals. 10K during Okami, challenge accepted. Speaking of that, what is our current donation total at right
You are
now?
not studying while watching summer games.
Exactly.
Try and play that on us. We know.
So now we have.
And there goes half the
And
dungeon.
let's see. So our donation total is $4,685.12.
Okay, we probably won't make 10K.
You never know.
Bad attitude.
Yeah, exactly. Not with that attitude.
Do you guys want to just? Hey stream monsters. Do you guys want to disappoint Blue Glass? Really? Really? Come on.
Yeah, dude.
So we're going to go backwards a little bit because this part is really convenient. Again, all of the dungeon is loaded at the same time, regardless of where you are in it. So
Well, probably not that 2D room.
yeah. Oh, I don't know where I am. I know where I am. Do I know? I don't know where I am. What am I doing? I lost myself. I found myself, but now I'm too far down. That was
You were
weird.
right there too.
So does it just spawn you back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you fall down, it'll just spawn you. This is a really long fall.
You need to
Am I
fall
still
a while,
falling?
though.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
screen's not broken, you guys. The screen is that black.
Yeah. I can. There we go. Okay.
Also about Okami Den, Twitch does not have Okami.
Yeah. Oh,
in-
this game actually doesn't exist on
yeah,
Twitch anymore.
Exactly. All the Okami runners put in various interesting games in their Twitch broadcast, so I'll
Wait,
leave it
Twitch
there.
doesn't have Okami?
They removed it.
No. Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
I'm getting this angle is so weird. Why am I messing this up?
You have a really good sense of humor about what game to pick. instead
Oh.
of Okami.
Well,
And
we can watch this for a little bit. This is a marathon run, definitely.
And I actually forgot to read Paraxate's comment. He says, "Hey, Parax here. Good luck with the marathon, guys. Hope that donation goal gets utterly decimated. And good luck, Okami Scintillia. Doing awesome so far."
Figure that we're reading that now.
There we go.
There we go. There's the loading
That's the
zone.
loading zone you're looking for.
Yeah.
This is not the loading zone you were looking for.
That.
Excellent.
As much of a marathon cliche as that is, I have literally never messed that trick up before. I messed it up twice in this marathon. Twice so far.
That's one. That's number one on the counter.
Do we have an easel or something?
Actually, no, two, because... No, never mind. Because that has happened.
Alright, so a $30 donation from Nicholas Hafner. He says, "This is really interesting, and Okami is one of my favorite games. Cheers to all." And we have $10 from Samuel Hessing. He says, "Hey guys, since Cosmo decided to sing Hakuna Matata really blandly, I would like to make a bid suggestion for Cosmo to sing Hakuna Matata with emotion."
There you go.
I'd have to ask Cosmo about that, but if he's okay with it, sure.
So yeah, we found out that you can skip this dungeon by just like running back around the outside of the island and KTing back over the dragon. But after that, to get into Kamui is really difficult because it won't trigger the thunderstorms, and we have to find another way to get into it. So it's actually just faster to beat the dungeon.
We have $10 from Christopher Sun. He says, "Hype for all the awesome gameplay coming up for Summer Games Done Quick. Had heard of Okami before, but watching this run made me go and order it on Amazon."
You can. It's also on the PlayStation Store. If you want to get on the PlayStation Store, it's like $20. The HD remake.
And we have $15 from Samuel Aquino. He says, "I didn't get to donate last year for the autism charity, and as someone who has autism, I'm very thankful for everything you've done. I ate your pie/peaches for cutest couple of Summer Games Done Quick 2013. I don't know if we'll repeat that. We'll see about that. But just so you know, the donations are not going to the Organization for Autism Research. While they are a great charity, and since we moved out of Essentia's house, which is where the last 2 summer games done quick took place, we decided that it was a much better idea to have a vote, see if we want to stick with the same charity or we move on to different charities. So we decided on Doctors Without Borders, which is a great international medical charity that provides aid to over 60 countries, who need the medical attention because of malnutrition, strife, and or natural disasters. All of your donations are going straight to the charity. We don't touch any of the money.
I love how we're just casually skipping huge chunks of the game.
Whatever.
And speaking of that, this fundraiser is Summer Games Done Quick 2013, hosted by Speed Demos Archive, a great place with speedruns of over 800 games, and a great place to discuss strategies and such on our forums. And with us are many members of Speedruns Live, which is another great speedrunning community.
Constellations.
The best place for speedrun.
I haven't missed one. That's right.
The best place for speedrun races for players of all skill levels.
You can't just exercise on this kind of
Yeah.
No, you have to.
Invincible until you.
Yeah.
Could someone put this in the album for me?
Towards what?
You get perfect
Oh, okay.
Let's put it towards Tuxedo Snake.
That's from Blue West.
You get that for Tuxedo Snake? Tuxedo Snake.
Oh, is that for Tuxedo Snake?
Yeah.
Okay, and that's for Tuxedo Snake.
He's being very uncooperative.
Very dodgy.
Please.
And we have $30 from Aaron Heel. Hey there, Axelster here. Because Fiesel was robbed at SGDQ, put this towards Fiesel as SGD's cutest couple, or put this towards what Blue Glass wants. So I guess that's
That'll be
the Terran dance. Okay. And Isaac Matson has a question. He says, hoping to win that 3DS. Does it ship to Europe too? Shouts to Bonesaw and my boy Duke from your favorite chat monster, Izzy, with an E. And that's $20 from it. And yes, we will ship to Europe too. We will buy whatever region you need for your 3DS XL. So because we are aware that it is not a region-free handheld, unlike the previous Nintendo handhelds.
So now we're going to Kamui. That's like the last third of the game, and we're pretty much going to skip all of it.
There you go.
Sounds like a comment.
So Kamui is a really long section. It involves, going back in time. You have to go back in time. You have to do a really long, timed platforming, 3D platforming section. You have to. There's
Which part?
the going to Punk Town and get.
Oh,
yeah,
the
that's-
forest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to get into
Then there's this whole
Waku
section
Shrine.
with another boss.
Yeah.
And then there's another dungeon after that.
Yep.
And then you get to the final dungeon.
Yeah. But
Turns out the loading zone to the final dungeon is just floating in midair.
yeah. So we'll see when we get there. Also, coming up, there's an enemy that if I miss this KT coming up, there's an enemy called an Igloo Turtle, which requires Inferno to beat. But since we never went to Moon Cave and got Inferno, we can't beat it. So if we trigger that fight, normally if you trigger that fight, the run's over. you literally can't pass it. I have a safety save set up before that. I already have a safety save pre-set up for this area. So on the off chance that we run into that fight, I can continue on with the run. You can read donation.
Okay. We have $50.20 from Nick Massarelli. Start your engines. Yes, spelled like the Crash team racing character. This is going to be one hell of a ride. Shouts to Scintillia, Wall, Countdown, the Darkman, and the rest of the 502 crew from Mashter.
Thank you, Master.
Smash it.
And yes, we do appreciate the amount you donated. And
This is not the KT, by the way. It's not.
And we have $100 from Anthony Pavlak. This is my first time watching your event. What a cool concept. Keep up the good work. Actually, we weren't the ones who came up with this concept. Before us, there was Desert Bus for Hope, desertbusforhope.org, and the Speed Gamers. And they also do some good charity marathons too. Desert Bus for Hope is for Child's Play, and the Speed Gamers don't raise money for a variety of good causes. And we have $26 from Nick Syhogios. The game lineup this time looks really solid. Really looking forward to Rockman 4 minus Infinity and Doom 64. Speaking of, put $25 of this towards Watch Me Die difficulty for Doom 64, and the remaining towards Bart. I don't think we'll use that name for Bart's. It's kind of borderline. And he says, shoutouts to Peaches. So yeah, that is a $1,000 goal to have Peaches play Doom 64 on Watch Me Die difficulty.
Will we watch him die then?
Perhaps.
Perhaps, yes.
So this part right here probably is like the only serious time in the run. So I'd like to request some. This is the only part where the run could go terribly, terribly wrong.
Also, it has awesome music, like the rest of the game.
Alright, so we have $50 from Mathieu Regat, and he says, hi guys, and special bonsoir to the French community. Here are my $50 to help Doctors Without Borders. This donation is cleverly shared between some Metroid and Zelda challenges. I hope they make it. I count on you cheerful donors. To conclude, I would like to thank all the runners that worked hard to bring this awesome event to life. Bye bye.
Mike, serious time.
Okay.
Nah, it's over.
Okay, it's over.
All right. So if you don't get that, you fall into a section right there. Actually, that demon scroll right there is the non-required version of it. It's an igloo turtle, and if you run in, you just can't beat it, and you're just stuck in the battle forever.
Because he has no way to set it on fire.
Yep.
No Inferno, no Firestorm.
And
The
Exorcism.
guard at one point did actually get Firestorm without getting Inferno. Firestorm being the power-up version of Inferno that lets you just set something on fire anywhere with an infinity symbol.
So now we're in Webkier. We're just gonna run straight to Ezufuji. You're supposed to like talk with the chief and stuff, and
Run around and do a bunch of cutscenes.
yeah, essentially.
Run up to the top and talk to Samiko, fall back down to the bottom, talk to I can't remember her name, and then she takes them, there's some cutscenes, then you go up to the top and talk to the chief and he opens the door. But you can just jump over the door.
Yeah, we're just going to do this.
Another ridiculously high invisible wall.
Alright, so we're reaching the home stretch of the game, essentially. Right now, this is the last glitch part of the game. So now we're in Kamui. We're Ezufuji part of Kamui, and so normally you're supposed to
Go here, talk to Tsuko, she gives you the key to get into Yoshpet, you go through Yoshpet, go to the spirit gates, go back in time, come back, go back up, back here up to Wauku Shrine, go through Wauku Shrine, then you can get to the final dungeon.
Yeah, so
Well,
that
final
that
boss
that
fight.
melt
It's not
that
even a dungeon.
it essentially causes the volcanoes in Kamui to erupt and melt the lake, which causes the boat to rise. But the loading zone for the inside of the boat
It's
exists,
just sitting there.
so we're just going to KT up to it. Hopefully.
And $25 from Matthew Richards. He says, shoutouts to the runners. Can't wait for Quest 64. Put this towards whatever the runner wants. K4 sucks.
Let's see. What do I want? I didn't even finish that.
I can go over some of the upcoming
go over- yeah.
challenges and bids for you. So what's coming up to?
This is what happens when you start falling.
So
See how far he's falling between each pause?
So
Yeah.
both Tuxedo Snake and Sniper Wolf Fistfight have been met. So both of those challenges have been met. Hotline Miami is more than halfway there with $165 out of $250. To Earn Dance is also more than halfway there with $290 out of $500. And there's also Spyro Enter the Dragonfly
There we
Glitched
go.
Run.
Yeah, put it towards Hotline Miami. So now this is the boss rush section I was talking about. This is why these 5 doors are literally why we had to do everything we did before this.
Well, 3 of the doors.
Well, 3 of them.
Sorry, put it towards what?
Hotline Miami.
Oh, okay.
So now we gotta fight 1 boss we've seen before and 4 bosses we have not.
Good luck, I was going to skip the trials.
The loading zone for Yami doesn't exist until...
Yeah. Yeah, this is I guess this would be our equivalent of like the Hyrule skip, the Hyrule barrier skip. If we could skip this, we would cut about an hour and a half out of a 4. We cut about an hour and 20 minutes out of a hour and 40-minute run.
Need thunderstorms for right here.
I didn't get him. Why is
You
it so
missed the
hard?
sword. That was why we needed to do on the island. Just for that.
Yeah.
And again later in the fight. All the boss music in this game is great. Actually, all the music in this game is great.
Got it.
Then you move on, like, calming Baby Bowser's butt.
Yeah. If you, I just go on top of him when he does his stupid tackle attack. The game gives you a ton of money like right when the game ends. The last boss is worth like 2 million.
And we have a $20 donation from Mike Bastian. He says, hey guys, here's a few dollars for To Earn Dance. And shouts to SSBM Stuff and Monopoly Man. Love the events from Awesome Games Done Quick. I'm excited for this year's runs. And $20 from Derek Lafever. He says, discovered this in January and loved it. Glad to see this is not a 1-year thing. $20 towards the 3DS XL and the 5 Heart Challenge. Keep it up, guys. Yes, we generally, we being SDA, have 2 events a year. One is Awesome Games Done Quick. We don't have a location yet, but we know it's going to be in the DC area, and the dates are.
This is why we need to do everything about the cruise. Sorry.
And the dates are January 5th to 11th, and we'll be figuring out the games list pretty soon, sometime next month and in September, and that'll be supporting the Prevent Cancer Foundation, just like the last Awesome Games Done Quick. And Summer Games Done Quick is going to be organized by Rom Scout, and we'll have to see where it'll be. Hopefully at this hotel again. This nice hotel is the Sheraton Denver Tech Center. In the Greenwood Village, Colorado, which is in the outskirts of Denver. And we have $15 from Jonas Simonsen. Is looking forward to this SGDQ. Cool run so far, Scintillia. You're just as handsome as I remembered. I hope you win the things. Regards, Scram.
Thank you, Scarlet.
And this right here was why we needed to go into Tutor Ruins.
Yes.
And we have $20 from Zachary Ewing, better known as Z-Wing. Says Z-Wing here. Love to see speedrun being a hobby to most people can be used in such a great way to help benefit a lot of great organizations. Give us the Sneaks X4 run so he can show off Black Zero. Good luck to all involved and thanks for support for such a great organization.
Nope, missed the power. Got it.
Is there any more serious time that I'm going to interrupt soon?
No,
Or-
like, this boss
Sorry
rush is
about
the
that.
most boring.
Anyways,
section.
and $20 from Thomas Rogers. Thanks for setting up this excellent event. Okami is one of my favorite games yet. I can't help but watching you guys break it into. Shouts to NeoGaf and Sonic Gaff. Praise the sun!
That works well with this game.
It does.
Oh dang, this guy is looking to make war. So we have Jared Horvitz, better known as Jarvitz. Hey guys, Jarvitz here. Looking forward to Summer Games Done Quick and wanted to get in somewhat early. This donation is going towards the Super Mario Brothers Warps run because someone forgot to put on the page. I did forget to put on the page and I'll put it on as soon as possible. Because that is a donation incentive. The guy in the Redskins hat should put on a Steelers hat.
No.
Oh,
Should feel bad for saying that.
This.
And we have $10 from Zaki Stars, better known as Zaki Draggy, and he says, "Hey all, it looks like it's going to be exciting. Looking forward to seeing everything really, but pretty cool to see Vice Project Doom is being run. Well wishes for an amazing marathon."
Shout out Surrounded.
Yeah, I'll say that I'll say that we did get your $20 donation, Stephen Terrell, but we're not going to give we're not going to have a big war for what you want. That's all that I'm going to say. And we have $20 from James Hanley, and all he wants to say is kill all the animals. I assume he means Super Metroid and not, in the world. Peter wouldn't be too happy with that. And we have $25 from Michael Ahern. Hello, speedrunners. You've earned the first donation of my life. Hopefully that I can be proof that your efforts are changing the world. Keep up the great work.
There's still darkness. You didn't lose it.
And we
I told
have
you that one was faster.
$50 from Tim Shire. I try to donate every time. Keep up the good work, and let me have that Amaterasu Perler. Even though back in the day we just called him Melt Beans.
You can do it as soon as you've gotten the
This is clockwise. Going left is clockwise. Going right is
Oh.
counterclockwise.
No, it depends on what.
this is fine.
This is definitely clockwise.
Okay, I prefer going right.
Okay. That would be kind of cool.
Please.
Don't worry, I'm awake.
So exciting.
And
I love how Orochi taps
We
you
have-
when you get hurt.
$15 from Marcus Schenkel. He says, "Thanks guys for the entertainment as well as collecting money for a good cause. Shout out to Kim, who is a big fan of Blue Glass." And we have $20 from Carl Lindbaum. Says, "CR42 here. Good luck on the run, Sint, and high TLP."
Oh, thank you, Cockroach. 2 more bosses, and then we're done.
Of course, the last boss has 5 phases.
And we have $25 from David Hyman Jr., best known as the Contra record holder. And he says, just wanted to pop in and say good luck to the runners. Thank you to anyone who works at donation station. Also, the I Love SCA. Yes, big thanks to anyone who works at donation station. It can be kind of grueling, thankless work at times, but it's what keeps all the bids and names in place. If we're a little behind on it, it's because you guys are being so good with the donations. As always, it's a good problem to have, but we're just trying to get a handle on the donations right now.
Also, one more bit of RNG here. How quickly does that attack? Oh, that was a line.
Welcome to the game. That was just a bad camera angle. I couldn't even see the sword.
And it was the game saying lines weren't lines.
Yeah.
And we have $35 from Rink Weitenberg. He said, never heard of Okami before, but I've been hooked from the start. Great run, great commentary. Keep it up. Oh, and you'll like this donation countdown. Shouts to Bro in the second row with a Redskins hat on. HTTR, baby. Please allow him to decide where this money goes for the challenges.
How much money is it?
It's $10.
Let's do Tuxedo Snake.
That's already been
That's
Oh,
met.
that's met. Okay, what hasn't been met yet?
Let me see. Do you, there's actually the choice of saving Otacon or Meryl, and let me see get an update on that. It's $45 for save Otacon and $25 for save Meryl.
No, kill Meryl, save Otacon.
Okay, so
Just like
another
$5.
$10 towards save Otacon then, killing Meryl. And we have $75 from Gary Popplewriter. He says, these marathons are my favorite times of the year. Keep up the good work. Hope you share the donation goals as usual. That's what we're hoping for too, but that remains to be seen.
Okay, final boss.
Yeah. Ready for time.
Well, no, this boss
There's
is
still
pretty
a
long. Yeah. Didn't-
Last practice run.
That's because I didn't shoot him. I tried to glaive him instead, and that was a bad decision on my part. So I guess for the people who haven't played this game, the idea behind this boss is, and the arc of Yamato in general, is Amaterasu and the Celestials tried to escape the Celestial plane. Oh no, he got set on fire. I have to wait now. Amaterasu and the Celestials descended from the Celestial plane, trying to escape evil on the arc of Yamato, but the arc followed them
And turns out the evil was
on the arc
with
all
them.
along. And that's why everything is bad in Japan. My butt's
Also,
on
at the
fire.
beginning, in the cutscene before the fight, you lose all your powers.
Yeah,
So you have to gain them back one by one.
including the ones we never actually got.
Yeah.
Really bad.
Yep. Well, Lily Pad gets included with
With Bloom, yeah, it's they're all
Green Sprout.
three sections of the
Lily
city.
Pad, Vine, and Bloom.
Okay, gotcha.
Now you have Water Spout.
Which you did get.
And
Now
we
you get
have
Crescent.
$100 from ML Dalder. There's another 100, second time donating. And for helping that poor bear with a better sleeping place. I'll donate more per upgrade. I'm not too sure what you mean by that, but thank you.
There we go.
And we have $10 from Toon Kuiper. Greetings from the Netherlands. We're starting to start donations at a later point, but I can't let Blue Glass down. Let's get to that 10K before Okami finishes.
Now for Inferno, which you never got.
$20 from Paul Kjartan Matras. Good luck with the runs, hoping to win the 3DS.
It's not random though.
Yeah, once you do a certain amount of damage,
He is guaranteed to give you one of your powers back.
which you can't damage him normal attacks. You have to either use activism slips or reflect back the things he attacks you with on other slots.
Game involving box space.
Yeah,
Same.
but that one the slot machine's random. This one is. What
This
is
is
it?
Firestorm. This one's Inferno.
Oh. What was the last one?
That last one was yes one.
Oh yeah, yes. Right, put out the fires. And Veil of Mist. Which then you're supposed to use Veil of Mist to slow him down so you can... No.
Yeah, use Veil of Mist to get, because then at this point if you get the 3 power-up slots,
Yeah, you
the
can just
ball
attack
comes
him
out.
straight
Yeah.
out.
Phase 3 done. Get ready for the timer, by the way.
And phase 4 is just stupid on normal, trying to fight it normally. So barely vulnerable.
There's nothing else to do. I just like bark.
Spin, bark, sprints.
Like a normal dog day.
Spin around in circles and bark.
If this weren't the first run, I could have had a donation incentive to learn the pee on command and poop on command abilities, and I would have just spammed those here.
Thunderstorm. And Blizzard. Notice he still does not have Sunrise.
Yeah.
Gets that after the awesome cutscene that he's going to skip.
Yeah.
And then we'll get to hear maybe a second or two of one of the awesomest tracks in the game. And time.
150, 154.
Not bad. That was about as sloppy as a run as I've had in a really long time, but that's okay. I mean, it's
Let's see what the game timer says.
151.39. Okay, so well, I guess that was Okami. So thank you guys for watching, and thanks to all. What was our final donation counter at the end?
It wasn't quite 10K, but
That's okay.
Did we pass 5 at least?
we did pass 5. We're at $5,870.92.
That is awesome. That is awesome. That is awesome. We're over 1/10 of our way. 1/10 of the way to our goal in the first
2 hours
2 hours of the marathon.
Exactly.
Way to go.
So that's awesome.
Way to go, guys.
Yeah,
Keep it up.
You're doing a good job.
Thank you to everyone
You're
who
doing a good job.
donated and shouted me out. You guys are the best.